Hey everyone, this is Laura Godenik with Laura Godenik Astrology, and I'm here to give you the astrology for the week of August 2nd through the 8th, 2021. So today, Monday the 2nd, we have the Sun opposing Saturn. Now this is more tying up the energy of this past week where we had the Sun and Mercury in Leo approaching this opposition with Saturn all week long. Saturn is a planet about limitation, restriction, challenges, boundaries, no, just to like being heard, being told no. It's a planet about time and age and all the things that take time and effort and hard work to grow. It can be a planet that represents authority figures or things messing up. Saturn is a planet about tests, trials, and tribulations. It's not an easy planet. So the Sun and Mercury have been in the sign of Leo. Leo is a sign about the self, the ego, your identity, what makes you you, feeling special, unique, seen, and valued. And so with these two planets approaching this opposition to Saturn, that's a really tough transit. That's a sense of being rejected, a sense of being told no or being limited, maybe being given feedback that you still have more work to do, that you still have some skills to hone, maybe even from like a boss or a supervisor. Being told no in relationships of some kind, being given harsh feedback, having to have hard conversations. Mercury, because Mercury is the planet of the mind and communication and ideas being exchanged, but also like travel, technology. This kind of felt a bit like a Mercury retrograde. So things not working, like your technology breaking, whether that's like a phone or a computer or your car, things not working out, plans delayed, delays in general, delays in travel, traffic jams, all the things that Mercury represents, being told no, it's going to take a little longer. And the Sun representing our ego, also being told no, that can be harsh too, feeling rejected, like you're not good enough, not valued. This past week could have manifested relationally between you and another person, or more in like the mundane world in terms of like technology or your stuff or plans getting delayed, projects not working out, people shutting down, even just like having a harsh inner critic. Saturn is... If you have a prominent Saturn in your chart, that is a definite harsh inner critic, having a lot of shoulds in your mind or being shoulded upon by another person or feeling like it's never enough, you're not doing enough, you're not good enough, you're just not enough, So yeah, last week was tough. So we're kind of completing that cycle or those challenges that might have come up, whether it was emotional, interpersonal, or more just like in the external world, or a combination of all three. And then this week, as the Sun and Mercury continue through Leo, they're going to hit that square with Uranus. So Tuesday, the 3rd, before that happens, actually, we have Venus making a trine to Uranus. So Venus is the planet about love, relationships, connection, unity, beauty, all things pleasurable and fun. And Venus is already having a hard time in the sign of Virgo, a very critical, like perfectionistic sign, very like detail oriented and thought driven. I mean, don't get me wrong, Venus in Virgo is great at producing a beautiful piece of art that took a lot of craftsmanship and skill and patience and, perfectionism to create. Absolutely. But Virgo is a sign about, first of all, mother-daughter relationships and just about women who didn't need a man to survive. So in ancient times, that was the nun or the whore. So, Venus and Virgo can bring up conflicts amidst or among or with women, with other women. or with your mom, like the mother-daughter relationship could be being brought up in some way, whether that's with you and your mom or just like mother wounds being triggered. Definitely a possibility with Venus and Virgo. And it's just harder for Venus to have fun in Virgo because Virgo is a service-oriented sign. Virgo likes to work, likes to do things, likes to be productive. And Venus as a planet wants to just chill out, have fun, and, like sit back, relax, and eat some ice cream or get a massage or, like go out and dance. So yeah, in general, Venus in Virgo indicates that things aren't as fun or pleasant or pleasurable as they may be normally or as you would like them to be or maybe expected. Thankfully, she's making a trine to Uranus. Trines are of the nature of Jupiter. There's more of a generous quality to them. There's more expansiveness. It indicates that the energy will go smoothly. So Uranus is a planet about a lot of things: innovation, revelation, revolution, change, upheaval, radical honesty. Uranus is a planet that wants you to be radically honest and be yourself and be upfront. So this could be a time of innovating relationships, having, making some changes in them so that they reflect more of who you are and what you desire. It could be a time of having fun and pleasure in more unusual, interesting, or kind of like kinky ways, if it's like sexual at all. This is an easeful, supportive aspect. So go out and do something fun that is outside of the box, that is unusual or different or something you wouldn't normally do. Do something more spontaneous. That's really what Uranus as a planet wants archetypally. On the same day later is when Mercury makes that square to Uranus. So Mercury representing, once again, technology, communication, our thoughts, how we exchange ideas. So, something could happen externally in your life where you have to come up with a solution on the spot. You have to make a decision. You have to do a 180. Suddenly you're kind of like exposed to this situation or scenario where you need to take quick action, make quick decisions. So there's that. Be mindful of that. Be aware of it. There could also, also needing to make or have innovative ideas kind of more quickly. You have to, it has to get done, or else there will be some sort of consequence. You could have surprising conversations that are out of the blue, or unexpected messages might be coming in that could be challenging the status quo, challenging assumptions being made, challenging the norm or ideas that have been normalized. There's could be a piece of news or a piece of written work, an article coming out that kind of challenges the way that we think, making us upgrade the way that we think and have room for new ideas and for progression. Uranus is also a planet of like anxiety and going back and forth on something, not being able to make a decision, feeling very like one way and then totally the opposite way. So it's very anxiety inducing in that way. So there could be this sense of going back and forth with like a decision or with the way that you feel about something, possibly having to do with relationships, since Venus is making that trine as well. And there's this sense of disrupting the status quo with Mercury squaring Uranus and revealing the truth. There, being radically honest, being totally authentic, saying what you need to say, having a conversation that is unexpected and difficult, yet ultimately freeing. Uranus wants to free us from whatever restraints that we have, whether that's self-imposed or not, and that's represented by Saturn. So yeah, it has the potential to be difficult, but also radically freeing and liberating. And that's also true through Friday the 6th. So really Tuesday through Friday, and maybe, aspects like these tend to play out even before the exact aspects. You might even be feeling this today, but kind of continuing that theme of something unexpected coming about, or coming to a face, coming to a head, that you need to figure out, maybe a strong need or desire for change of some kind, that insecurity of like going back and forth on something, or feeling like you're the person that, like, someone else is going back and forth on something and you're being really strongly affected by that, and there's kind of a lack of like groundedness or structure. And yeah, Sun square Uranus, really liberating ourselves, really being who we are authentically, and that, like making the hard conversation not as hard, because at least you're just being yourself. That's the feeling of this week, really. Yeah. And then, of course, I forgot to mention with Mercury square Uranus, still kind of the back and forth disruptions of like maybe technology not working out, or people canceling on you last minute and you having to come up with something really quick, or, yeah, really just needing to like be ready, like keep yourself on your toes, be flexible to do an about face, to do a 180 turn in some way. Okay, then Sunday the 8th is when we have this new moon in Leo at 16 degrees of Leo. It's at 7:50 a.m. Mountain Time. And new moons are all about releasing, letting go, renouncing, so that we can start anew, start again. So thinking about where is that in your chart? Where is 16 degrees of Leo? What house is being activated? That will give you an idea as to what you might be letting go of and where you need a refresh or a restart. And, with it being in the sign of Leo, where can you step more fully into your power, into your authentic sense of self, into your authentic expression in this world? Where can you get free and get free and become free to be who you are within the constraints of a commitment that you're in, or within the constraints of maybe your environment that you're currently in? Like, where can you find some wiggle room? Where can you let your inner light shine a little bit more, where you can be yourself and know that you have value to add to whatever your environment is, or wherever that kind of that challenging situation might have been last week. Like, where can you shine your light a little brighter? So that is the astrology of the week. I think it's going to be intense, but in a different way, like not as sad and depressing. I mean, that was one other thing I wanted to mention is Mercury representing the mind, making this opposition to Saturn. Seriously, if it wasn't anything interpersonally or technology or things messing up or being delayed, it might have just been feeling like really sad and like depressed and having a lot of hard feelings come up, or just feeling kind of blah, or feeling just like a sense of heaviness or a sense of intense duty or responsibility, being stressed out with those small details that take forever to get done and that kind of take over your day. So this week is about, becoming free of those restraints and making more room for yourself. So that's the astrology of the week, and I hope it is a good week for you. And please let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or if you're interested in a reading, please reach out. Otherwise, have a great week, and I'll be back next week with another update. Bye.